Hey everybody, Jack Powers back at you. This is another exciting episode of the Murdaugh murder trial case. This is part 6. But listen, his defense attorneys somehow couldn't convince him to stay off the stand. Alex Murdaugh actually got on the stand. He actually took the witness stand to testify. I can't believe he did it. I can't believe he could be that stupid. I mean, that's a suicidal gesture. You're just throwing yourself on the sword there. He had to have known. Those attorneys told him, I'll guarantee you, listen, please, Alex, do not do this. Do not do this. This is suicide. We beg you, please. Listen to us. There's nothing that can be gained. Nothing. Zero. They're going to tear you to shreds. Nothing to be gained. Everything to be lost. We've got a good appeal here. If you testify, it's going to kill our appeal, because once you put the defendant up on the stand, Katie barred the door. Now everything's open to test his credibility, right? And this evidence already being in the record. And not just that, but his own defense attorneys talking about a lot of this stuff on their direct examination of Murdaugh. So they opened the door again and again and again. I mean, now the appeal might be kaput. So this he's cooked. He is so done. He is just burnt to a crisp. He's burnt. Now, they were doing a little bit right up until this time when he decided to take the stand. His defense attorneys were doing a little bit, because there was, a percentage of people had doubt that he had done it. Now, it's a small percentage. The vast majority, I think it was 79%, that just from watching the case and stuff, that thinks he did do it. And I think it was maybe 9%, or maybe it was 16%, that thought he didn't. And then the others were undecided or thought it would end in a mistrial. So, still, this is still unfolding. Today, as soon as Murdaugh got on the witness stand, his own lawyer immediately asked him, why did you lie about not being down at the kennels minutes from, he didn't say it this way, but this is how it came off. Why did you lie about being down at the kennels minutes before your wife and son were viciously killed? You lied about that, right? So, right off the bat, right off the jump, not a good start. When your own lawyer has to paint you as a liar on one of the most crucial aspects of that case. They could have argued in closing argument, had he not testified, they could have argued in closing argument. His lawyers could have said, we're contending that it's not his voice. Yeah, you've heard witnesses talk about it, but is it clear? You haven't heard any experts come in and say that that's his voice, any FBI forensics or anything. I'm sure they've got that kind of audio that they can do voice tests or whatever, like fingerprints or voice recognition. So, and I don't know that they didn't. I might have missed that because I didn't watch every little piece of the trial. But I know this. Alex Murdaugh is done. I mean, where he had a little bit of a slim chance of maybe hanging a jury, maybe get one jury to say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to vote for conviction. Now, it's a slam dunk. Now, there is no one, literally no one, no reasonable person, no rationally minded individual anywhere could look at this evidence in light of Alex Murdaugh's testimony today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be just straight up fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody can beat that. Nobody. He's not got a chance now. But for whatever reason, I mean, narcissism or throwing yourself on the sword, or, you know, I thought when he first got up there, I said to my wife, I said, you know, they might just get him to confess by the end of this cross-examination. If they handle it the right kind of way, they could get deep into his mind. They might be able to, you know, catch that rhythm, that certain fluctuation of the psyche that hammers the right notes at the right time, and, you know, gets him in that little aggravated state of mind, or that angry state of mind, where always then the defendant's supposed to blurt out, right, and say, all right, I did it then. Damn it, you got me. Yeah, all right, I killed those motherfuckers. You know, that's the Perry Mason moment, right? But they might be able to get him to actually do that. Who knows? It's going to be very interesting, very interesting. And today's cross-examination, I got to say, this prosecutor is absolutely masterful. He is, you can't make this up. This guy is absolutely 100% masterful. Everything that he's doing, the man's a genius. The man is, I don't even have a description for this prosecutor. The way he is, his build, his looks, the way he talks, being in South Carolina, that in itself, but his age, he's right, probably in his mid-50s or early 50s. But his courtroom presence, his courtroom demeanor, the acting, because that's what it is. These trials are it's just acting, right? Usually it's who can tell the bigger lies. That's usually who comes out ahead. Or who can act better, right? Who can play it off the best. But, yeah, this is a tragedy for the Murdaugh defense. It's the end of the case. I think my prediction has to change now, because before it was he gets convicted, he gets sentenced to life without parole, he goes to prison, and 5, 7, 10 years from now he comes back, and they don't throw his conviction out, but they let him plead to something lesser, so maybe he just has a life sentence or something like that. But I don't think that's going to happen now. I think they're going to give him life without parole. And here's another thing that I think, this is important. And I know I'm going to close at 10. I think that they might be setting up for a mental defense on the sentencing. We're going to talk about that the next time. This is Crime Reports, Jack Powers. Please go ahead and join the membership channel. Join, please, right now. Join, hit that join button. See you soon.